Let's be honest, the X-Men are overrated, and these ancient mutants we're about to discuss are the rightful inheritors of Earth. I said it, and yeah, it's going to make a lot of X-Men fans angry. But before you start crafting that angry tweet, stick around, because today we're diving deep into the past, exploring the origins of mutant kind, and uncovering a threat that makes Magneto look like a schoolyard bully. We're talking about the ancient mutants, beings of immense power, with history stretching back millennia. These aren't your run-of-the-mill villains. These are immortal powerhouses who've shaped the course of history from the shadows, and they each, in their own way, possess the potential to utterly destroy the X-Men. So buckle up, true believers, as we count down the top 10 ancient mutants who could wipe the X-Men off the map, ranked from youngest to oldest. Let the controversy begin. Kicking off our list at number 10 is Anathnamoot, better known as the Sphinx. Now, when we say this guy's ancient, we mean ancient. We're talking older than your grandma's fruitcake, older than dirt, older than, well, you get the idea. He's been around for at least 3,000 years, which means he probably has strong opinions on what real papyrus feels like and thinks hieroglyphic is the superior form of writing, the kids and their cuneiform. Am I right? This guy's got more ties to ancient Egypt than a mummy's linen closet. I wouldn't be surprised if he helped build the pyramids. Probably got workers' comp for a bad back, too. Probably filed a complaint with the foreman. These stones are not ergonomically sound. You know he did, but don't let the age fool you. The Sphinx isn't just some dusty relic collecting cobwebs in a museum. Thanks to the mystical Ka stone, a cosmic artifact that's probably older than he is, this guy's packing some serious power. We're talking superhuman strength that could probably win him a gold medal in the tossing obelisks event at the Olympics, if they had that back then, which, knowing him, he probably started. He can also manipulate energy, which means he can blast you with the force of 1,000 suns, or, you know, just heat up his coffee without a microwave. Convenience is key when you're immortal. He's basically a walking, talking, energy-blasting history lesson. You want to know about ancient Egyptian burial rituals? Ask the Sphinx. Need help translating hieroglyphics? Sphinx is your guy. Want to know if aliens really built the pyramids? He'll probably just wink and say maybe, because he's seen some stuff, man, stuff you wouldn't believe. Now, the Sphinx has had his share of run-ins with the superhero crowd, most notably the Fantastic Four and Nova. These aren't exactly small-timers, which means the Sphinx can clearly hold his own in a super-powered brawl. He's like the grumpy old man of the Marvel Universe, yelling at those darn kids to get off his lawn, except his lawn is a 3,000-year-old temple, and he yells with the force of a supernova. Sure, he hasn't been a regular thorn in the X-Men side, but let's be honest, with his kind of power and lifespan, he's like that weird uncle at the family reunion who might accidentally set the house on fire while trying to show off his magic tricks. You just don't know what he's capable of, and that's what makes him dangerous. He's a total wild card, a living, breathing what-if scenario waiting to happen. The X-Men might not be on his radar yet, but if he ever decided to take a break from reminiscing about the good old days of pharaohs and plagues, they'd have a serious problem on their hands. He's got the power, the experience, and the potential to be a major headache for anyone, even a team of highly trained mutants. He is not to be trifled with. Sliding into number 9 is Genesis, Apocalypse's ex-wife. Talk about a messy divorce. This lady's been around for 4,000 to 5,000 years, probably spent most of it arguing with Apocalypse over who gets custody of the celestial technology. She rules the ancient mutant island of Araco, which is like the Bermuda Triangle, but with more angst and plant manipulation. Genesis is an Omega-level mutant who can control plant life. She's basically Poison Ivy's great, you get the idea, grandmother, but with a much bigger grudge. If she ever decided to swap her island paradise for world domination, the X-Men would be facing a whole lot of angry trees. And trust me, you haven't lived until you've been smacked by a sentient redwood. Number 8 brings us the enigmatic Forever Man, who's less of a man and more of a, well, a series of men. This guy's like a human version of a save game file, constantly being reborn with all his old memories. He's been kicking around for at least 5,000 years, which means he's probably seen every fashion trend come and go, and come back again. Forever Man's not the strongest mutant, but he's got more knowledge and experience than Wikipedia, and a library had a baby. He's like that one guy at the party who's seen it all, done it all, and has a story for everything. The X-Men would be wise not to underestimate him unless they want a lecture on the proper way to churn butter or the best places to avoid the plague. Coming in at number 7 is Exodus, a mutant crusader from the 12th century. This guy probably still thinks doth is a perfectly acceptable verb. Transformed by Apocalypse, Exodus became a true believer in mutant superiority, like Magneto, but with a serious case of Messiah complex. Exodus is packing some serious heat, telepathy, telekinesis, teleportation, the whole psychic enchilada, and his powers are juiced up by his unwavering faith, which is basically like giving a toddler a double espresso and a megaphone. He's a danger to anyone who doesn't subscribe to his Mutants Are the Best newsletter, and that definitely includes the X-Men. At number 6, we have Azazel, Nightcrawler's deadbeat dad. This guy's a real piece of work. He's an ancient extra-dimensional mutant with ties to biblical demons, which probably explains why he's not winning any Father of the Year awards. He probably skips out on child support too. Azazel can teleport, induce fear, and probably knows all the best places to get cheap drinks in the underworld. He's basically a chaotic, teleporting nightmare, and his presence is a guaranteed headache for the X-Men. Plus, family drama? No thanks. Number 5 brings us Saul, an external, which is basically the X-Men universe's version of the Highlander Club. Nobody knows exactly how old this guy is, but it's definitely in the older than dirt category. This guy probably remembers when Pangea was the hottest vacation spot. Saul's got a grab bag of powers, energy blasts, force fields, telepathy. He's like a Swiss Army knife of mutant abilities. He's also cunning and manipulative, which is a dangerous combination when you've lived for thousands of years and have probably seen every trick in the book. He's the kind of guy who would cheat at Monopoly and then claim he invented the game. He is now dead, killed by number 2 on our list. And at number 4, we have another external, Gideon. This guy's so old, he probably remembers when fire was the hot new invention. He's also a ruthless businessman, which means he's probably got offshore accounts in the time stream or something. Gideon can absorb and redirect energy, and he's got superhuman strength, durability, and speed. He's basically a walking, talking battery with a bad attitude. He's fought both with and against the X-Men, making him about as trustworthy as a used car salesman. He is also, you guessed it, dead. Taking the bronze medal at number 3 is Iska The Unbeaten. Her power? She can't lose. Seriously. It's like she has a cheat code for life. She's been around for about 10,000 years, probably winning every game of rock, paper, scissors along the way. Now, she's been an X-Men ally, but let's be real, that's probably just because they're the winning team right now. If the X-Men ever start losing, Iska would probably switch sides faster than you can say mutant registration. Facing her is basically like playing a game where the other person has already declared themselves the winner. Where's the fun in that? At number 2, we have Selene, the Black Queen of the Hellfire Club, and the reason why the term cougar was probably invented. This lady's been around for a whopping 17,000 years, and she's not afraid to use her, shall we say, experience to get what she wants. Selene's a psychic vampire who can drain your life force faster than you can say bad decision. She's also a powerful sorceress, which basically makes her the ultimate evil goth girl. In the Necrosha storyline, she resurrected millions of dead mutants because apparently she was bored and needed a hobby. She's ruthless, cunning, and probably has a killer skincare routine. You don't live for 17,000 years without picking up a few beauty secrets, and she did kill numbers 4 and 5 on this very list. And finally, the big cheese, the head honcho, the ancient mutant who takes the number 1 spot, Apocalypse. This guy's so old, he probably remembers when the Dead Sea was just the slightly unwell sea. He's been around for 5,000, 6,000 years, give or take, and he spent most of that time trying to make survival of the fittest the official motto of Earth. Apocalypse has more powers than a Swiss Army knife factory. He can shapeshift, teleport, shoot energy blasts, control minds. Basically anything you can think of, he can probably do it. And he's immortal, thanks to his fancy Lazarus chamber, which is like a cosmic reset button. The Age of Apocalypse storyline showed us what happens when this guy wins, and let's just say, it's not pretty. He's the ultimate threat to the X-Men, the final boss they might never be able to defeat. Want to see more videos like this one? Make sure to check out this video next. It's about the newest Marvel superheroes in order of chronological order. We break down the newest comic book characters and rank them in terms of comics you need to read or not. Click the video now. What are you waiting for?